Continuing on page 144 in the Garden of Emuna, the prosecutor becomes the defense counsel. Picture the court case or a trial. The rabbi tells us that this is one of the most classic cases of Emuna. Why? Because literally it's Hashem screaming out to us that we have judgments and dinim on us, and we need to deal with those things. But like in anything, guy gets a subpoena and whatever it is, he's got to do the 1, 2, 3. The 1, 2, 3, the basics of Emuna, which really means the 3 levels of Emuna. The basic level is hashgacha pratit. The intermediate level is that it's not just from Hashem, but it's hakol tova. And then number 3 is that Hashem's talking to us. So if that's the case, and if Hashem's talking to us, so then if we have dinim here, if we have judgment on us here, then for sure there's judgments on us in Shemayim. So now the outcome of a court case has nothing to do with what's going on down here. Because a Baal Emuna understands that he has avonot, and Hashem talks to us and brings us difficulties when we have avonot, because we need kapara or whatever it is. And we definitely have Emuna, and we know that it's no one else. It's only from Hashem, and it's not the court. And what are you going to do? Hire the best lawyers? But maybe we should do all those things. And ulai, that's the right thing to do, to get the best lawyers and do the best thing that you could do. But the most important thing is we don't put our trust in those people. We don't put our trust in anybody. Even if the judge is anti-Semitic, or you think that they're after you, and it's a setup, and it's nothing to do with you. You didn't do anything wrong. So lo meshaneh. None of those things matter, because it's all what's going on in Shemayim. So what should we do? What does the Baal Emuna do? Well, the first thing is we make teshuvah. We don't try to plea bargain with anybody. We don't try to talk to the judge. We don't try to talk to the lawyers yet. First, we talk to Hashem. We make teshuvah, and we rely on Him. We put our trust ach v'rak in Hashem Yitbarach. Because when we don't put our trust in Him, then very, very often the thing we put our trust in hurts us the most. Because it's only Hashem. Yes, we have to do what we have to do. But we have to trust that it's all coming from Him. That Hashem's going to do it, and Hashem is doing it. And more importantly, the outcome of what happens. So the judgment and everything is only with what's going on upstairs. And when we have the effective tshuva, then we have the mitigation. But what if it doesn't mitigate? And what if now we come to the court and we did teshuvah and it still didn't go? Mabarif. This is the case of Mabarif. And it can't be any worse than Yosef Tzaddik, who was put in jail for something he didn't even do, which was the biggest mitzvah he probably ever did in his life, and this is how Hashem pays him back? Mabarif. Why did Yosef Tzaddik have to go to jail, and why he had to be sold, and why he had to have this test, and why all these things? This is Mabarif. We can never understand everything. So even if the outcome is not what we want, but it's still an unbelievable thing, because we've gained so much. We've gained so much in this world, and for sure sweetened judgment, there's no question, because we're Baal Emuna. So if we're Baal Emuna, and we're Yehudim, and we know the emet, so what's the emet? That teshuvah works, and that teshuvah cleans our sins. So if teshuvah cleaned our sins, and we got closer to Hashem as a result of it, there's no way that didn't sweeten something. Somewhere along the line, it's going to help us. But why we have to go through certain situations, and why we would have to, even if it doesn't work out the way we would have planned? Because that's exactly, we can't know. But the rabbi even tells us the benefits. So most of the time, we will have all the benefits. And we have the teshuvah. And we have the protection now, and very often, the judge and the prosecutor that before was against you will become for you, because Hashem does that. Once you tip the scales up in Shamayim, Hashem automatically makes your foe. He makes him your friend. And vice versa. Hashem could make your friend and turn him into your enemy when you put your trust in that person. We have to know that we cannot put our trust in anybody else, only but Him. And the great thing is that if we would pass such a test, what benefit you're going to have in Shamayim. Holy cow, this is a mitzuyan. You get an A+, and the opposite, what's the opposite? So now you hire the best lawyers, and you put your trust in them. And then what happens? Your lawyers mess up. The lawyer himself makes a mistake, and then the judge, anti-Semitic. If we're not going to take care of the spiritual part, if we're not going to listen to the messages of Hashem, they're just going to get louder, they're not going to work. It doesn't matter, even if you have the best case, the greatest case, open and shut case, guaranteed, he did nothing wrong. You have to say, in Shamayim, I have to check Shamayim. I have to check my avonot. I have to check where I'm holding. What am I doing? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? The rabbi gives many, many cases. He doesn't bring down specific stories, but he says how he gave this advice to people, and they came to court with teshuvah and tefillah, and he told them how to pray, and he said, unbelievable Yeshuot, how the judge who originally was this way ended up taking on the case and making it a win, and hakol aheret, when we're living with Emuna and we're living with tefillah, and we take out anybody else but Hashem. Take everybody else out of Hashem but Hashem, because we need to rely on Him only. The bitachon is in Him, no one else. If we have bitachon in anybody else, if we're relying on anybody else, if we're calm because someone else is handling something, not Hashem, that's because you're relying on that person to help you. Oy, oy, oy. Oy, oy, oy. That's putting our trust in other people, and we can't do that. Ach v'rak in Hashem. Keep trying, keep praying, keep asking Hashem to help you. Most importantly, ask Hashem for Emuna Shlema. And we continue to pray that everybody should be zocheh to Emuna.